Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I will demonstrate how to draft the patterns for this loose-fitting camp collar shirt. Hi, my name is Ayo and welcome to 011 Clothings Tutorials. On this channel, I upload DIYs, pattern drafting and sewing tutorials. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now, let's get right into the tutorial. Thank you! I'll be working with the following items: tape measure, pens, calculator. Ideally, a pencil should be used to draft a pattern, but for tutorial purpose, I'll be using this marker pen, a pair of fabric scissors, a pair of paper scissors, rulers and curves, 1.5 yards of crepe fabric, pattern. I'll be working with the following measurements: shoulder to shoulder 16 inches, shoulder to waistline 18 inches, waist circumference 33 inches, hip circumference 42 inches, bust circumference 37 inches, sleeve length 7 inches, around arm measurement 13 inches, blouse length 26 inches. So I have here my pattern paper, which I have already laid out on the table. I have drawn a margin of 2 inches at the top and also on the left hand side of the pattern paper. I will now go ahead and draw a rectangular box that will contain both the front and the back patterns. This is because both the front and the back patterns will be drafted within this rectangular box. To know the width of the rectangular box, I will look for the largest circumference between the waist, the hips and the bust circumference measurements, and in this case it is the hip circumference measurement, which is 42 inches. I will calculate the hip circumference divided by 2 plus 3 inches for ease. This is 42 divided by 2 plus 3 inches, and this is equal to 24 inches. I will go ahead to measure and mark 24 inches like this. I will draw a vertical line downwards. The length of the rectangular box will be the blouse length, which is 26 inches. I will measure and mark 26 inches downwards like this from the upper starting line. I will draw a horizontal line across, thus completing the rectangular box. Next, I will divide the rectangular box into 2 equal halves vertically like this. This side will be the center back, while this other side will be the center front. Next, I will measure and mark 1 inch downwards from the upper starting line. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the back shoulder line. Next, I will measure and mark 1.5 inches downwards from the upper starting line. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the front shoulder line. I will calculate the armhole depth using the formula bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. This is 37 divided by 6 plus 1.5, and this is equal to 7.7 inches. From the back shoulder line, I will measure and mark 7.7 inches downwards. The length of the armhole depth from the upper starting line is 8.7 inches. So, on the center back and the center front lines, I will measure and mark 8.7 inches downwards from the upper starting line. I will draw a horizontal line across like this. This is the armhole line. The shoulder to waistline measurement is 18 inches. From the upper starting line, I will measure and mark 18 inches downwards like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the waistline. I will measure and mark 3 inches by 1 inch for the back neckline. Using a French curve, I will draw the back neckline curve like this. For the front neckline curve, I will use 3 inches by 3 inches. Using a French curve, I will draw the front neckline curve like this. Next, I will divide the shoulder to shoulder measurement by 2. This is 16 inches divided by 2 and this is equal to 8 inches. I will go ahead to measure and mark 8 inches on the back and the front shoulder lines, starting from the center back and the center front. I will connect the neck points to the shoulder points to give me the slanted shoulder lines for both the front and the back patterns. On the armhole line, this same 8 inches, which is the shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2, I will measure and mark these 8 inches starting from the center back and also the center front. I will connect these points together like this with broken lines. On the back pattern, on the broken line, I will locate and mark the middle point on the broken line. From the middle point, I will go in by half an inch. I will connect these points together with my ruler like this. On the front pattern, on the broken line, I will go up by 3 inches from the armhole line. From the 3-inch point, I will go in by 3/4 of an inch. I will connect these 2 points together with my ruler like this. Next, I will calculate the bust circumference plus 4 inches for ease divided by 4. This is 37 plus 4 divided by 4 and this is equal to 10.75 inches. On the armhole line, I will measure and mark 10.75 inches starting from the center back and also the center front. I will connect these 2 lower points together with my French curve like this. Next, I will calculate the waist circumference plus 4 inches for ease divided by 4. This is 33 plus 4 divided by 4 and this is equal to 9.25 inches. On the waistline, I will measure and mark 9.25 inches starting from the center back and also the center front. I will calculate the hip circumference plus 4 inches for ease divided by 4. This is 42 plus 4 divided by 4 and this is equal to 11.5 inches. On the hip line, which is also the hem of the pattern, I will measure and mark 11.5 inches starting from the center back and the center front. I will connect these points together to give me the side seams of both the front and the back patterns. From the hem on both side seams, I will measure and mark 1 inch upwards. I will also measure and mark 1 inch downwards below the hem at the center back and also at the center front. I will connect the points together like this to give me the curved hems of both the back and the front patterns. Next, I will add a 1 inch button stand to the center front of the front pattern. I will cut out the patterns. I will fix extra pattern paper to the center front of the front pattern. This is because I want to create a cut together center front facing for the front part. On the shoulder line from the neck point, I will measure and mark 2.5 inches. On the hem from the center front, I will measure and mark 3 inches. I will now draw out the shape of the neckline facing like this. I will also add extra pattern paper to the upper part of the front pattern as well using my glue stick. I will fold the front pattern along the button stand line like this. I will trace out the front facing. I will make the tracing bolder like this using my ruler, marker pen and French curve. I will cut out the excess pattern paper. To create the collar pattern, I will measure the length of the back and the front neckline curves. The back neckline curve is 3.5 inches long. While the front neckline is 5 inches and a quarter. The sum of these two values is 8 inches and 3/4. Next, I will draft the convertible collar pattern. On this pattern paper, I will draw starting margins 1 inch from the edges of the pattern paper, from the left and also from the lower part of the pattern paper. The length of the front and the back neckline curves is 8 inches and 3/4. So I will measure and mark 8 inches and 3/4 on this lower margin line like this. I will square a vertical line upwards. I will measure and mark 3 inches upwards like this for the length of the convertible collar. I will draw a horizontal line across. The width of the collar is 8.75 inches. I will divide this 8.75 inches by 3, and this is approximately equal to 2.9 inches. I will measure and mark 2.9 inches like this from the outer end. I'll connect the 2 points together with a vertical line. From this lower end, I will go up by half an inch. I'll connect these 2 points together with my ruler like this. This shaded part is no longer part of the pattern. From this upper part, I will go out by 0.5 inch. I'll connect these 2 points together like this. This is the center back of the pattern, and it will be cut on fold on the fabric. Now I am done with drafting the convertible collar pattern. I will cut it out. Next, I will draft the basic sleeve pattern. I will fold my pattern paper into 2 equal halves like this. I will draw a upper starting line about 1 inch away from the edge of the paper. The sleeve length that I'm working with is 7 inches. So from the upper starting line, I will measure and mark 7 inches downwards. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the hem of the sleeve. Next, I will calculate the cap height value using the formula bust circumference divided by 12 plus 1.5. This is 37 divided by 12 plus 1.5, and this is equal to 4.6 inches. From the upper starting line, I will measure and mark 4.6 inches like this. I will draw a horizontal line across. This is the cap height line. Next, I will calculate the armhole depth using the formula bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. This is 37 divided by 6 plus 1.5, and this is equal to 7.7 inches. On the cap height line, I will measure and mark 7.7 inches like this. I will connect these 2 points together like this with a ruler. Next, I will divide this line into 4 equal sections. From the first middle point, I will go up by half an inch. From the second middle point, I will come down by half an inch. I will now draw the curve of the sleeve head using the half-inch points as a guide. Next, I will divide the around arm measurement by 2. This is 13 inches divided by 2, and this is equal to 6.5 inches. On the hem of the pattern, I will measure and mark 6.5 inches like this. I will connect these 2 points together like this to give me the side seams of the sleeve pattern. This sleeve head curve is for the back pattern. To create the sleeve head curve for the front of the sleeve, I will come down from this middle point by half an inch. I will now draw the curve for the sleeve head like this using the half-inch point as a guide. I will transfer the sleeve head curve for the front to the other side of the pattern paper. Likewise, I will trace out the hem and the side seam. I will open up the pattern paper like this, and I will make the tracing border using my ruler, marker pen and French curve. I will cut out the sleeve pattern. So that's it guys, we are done. These are all the pattern pieces needed to make the loose fitting camp collar shirt. Stay tuned for my next tutorial where I will cut and sew all these pattern pieces on my fabric. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, share this video with your friends who are interested in sewing, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. See you in my next tutorial. Bye, and thank you so much for watching.